Hey again, it's Dren here, and I want to talk a little bit today about the aux amp, the Universal Audio aux box. I've had it for at least a year now, maybe a little bit longer. I was having a lot of trouble trying to get a really clean signal through it, and I'd wanted to talk about how I kind of solved that. The aux box. If you don't know what it is, here's a picture of one up here. It's basically a load box plus a cab sim. There are tons of videos about this thing everywhere, so you can check it out if you don't know what it is. I'm talking about a really specific use case. So I was using it with this amp, this Musicman. Musicman, if you don't know, are basically like Fender amps. It was Leo Fender's company after Fender, and they're basically very similar to a Fender type of chimey tube tone thing. That amp was not giving me the clean signal that I wanted. It would through a speaker, but not through the aux box. Through the aux box, it just came out a little fizzy, a little fuzzy, a little more organ driven than I wanted. And sometimes I want really pristine, clean sounds. So I tried it through Deluxe Reverb. I got the same problem. I tried it through a couple of my other tube amps here, and was not getting the clean signal that I wanted. Fast forwarded to a few weeks ago, and I found one of these on Craigslist for a really low price, and it's 100 watts. You'd think looking at this thing, really big rock tones, kind of a 80s metal guitar amp. I suppose it was, but it also has a really great clean channel and 100 watts. So I thought, well, maybe the extra headroom will give me what I want for this particular application. And it did, plus one other thing. So I'm going to show you the other thing. So let's look at my screen. Okay, the first thing I'm going to show you is not the actual aux software, it's the console software. So I have my aux plugged in to my Apollo via the SPDIF digital output. And that's coming in here, the SPDIF. Now, if I play, I'll play a little bit here. Now, you hear that, it probably sounds fairly clean, but I didn't know about this SR convert button. So if I put that on, it sounds a lot better. So that was the thing one. Through a lower wattage amp, if I didn't have that on, it sounded a lot worse and real fizzy. So that's number one. And this is after writing to UA, going on forums, posting on forums on UA. None of the people from UA who got back to me told me about that button. So I don't know if it's new or what, but what does it help? Okay, if we look at the aux software. So thing number two is really the carving and the fact that it's 100 watts. Probably any 100 watt amp that has a good amount of headroom on a dual channel amp, which this has. It also has a really nice sounding overdrive channel, but the clean channel sounds great. So that was really the number two thing. I think the Musicman was maybe only 40 watts, and what's a Deluxe, like 35 watts or something like that. So that gives us a much cleaner sound. The other thing is, and this is something they did tell me in my support emails, make sure speaker breakup is turned down, but I think I already knew that. It's a pretty big, obvious button, speaker breakup, so you want that turned down. I've been choosing 100 watt on the cabinets, and then their twin reverbs. Playing Musicman single coil Strat-like thing, the Albert Lee one. Let's try, what's buttery mono sound like? I like the room amp stuff a lot. I can turn the speaker breakup down even more. I love this one because if I have overdrive on, this is pretty accurate. And through the magic of video. clean spread jazz. Guess like a Matheny kind of sound. So yeah, you can get some nice clean sounds now. Pretty happy about that. I was having just a heck of a time trying to get super clean stuff. If you know the record I did this year called Terrace, I was just playing mostly through solid state amps, a little bit through the Deluxe, and all the electric stuff that's on there. I was trying to get as clean a sound as possible. I just didn't want any kind of tube overdrive whatsoever. So this is getting me close to that without having to mic an amp. Thought it might be helpful if you knew about some of those tricks. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.